All right, we have
We're
5
starting up
seconds to the match start here.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Am I kicking this one off?
Sure.
All right. So let's go. So we started in here. We got. Oh, sorry. There we go. Oh, we got Trigger. Trigger and Rihao. They're coming in hard. They've already got a slight point lead there. It's small, but it's still there, and it's starting to grow. So Jameem's doing well already. CJ as well. 2 kills each already on the board, if not more. CJ takes out Rihao. Scorch takes out Trigger. Trigger takes out CJ before that as well. Jameem's taking out Frozen. And we've got 30 seconds left. Ground Zero doing well right now. We've got Jameem's in the corner accumulating points and also trying to pick people off as they come in. We've got Nate Jake over there. You know, I've seen him in that building so many times, or just hanging around it, trying to get people on their way in. CJ and Nate just holding the point right now, but Nate gets taken out, so does Scorch. And we've got 10 seconds left of this point. It's only the first one, but Ground Zero got a healthy lead right now. It's looking for them. We'll move on to the second point very soon, but right now Prime is just trying to get a few more points for themselves before we move on.
Yeah, so Ground Zero gonna sit on the point to start this one out. Has a slight advantage here. CJ Scully picking up a kill on Canic. Nate Jake picking up one on Trigger here. And they're going to, look down towards the previous point. Canic pushing it on his own here. Nate Jake easily shutting that down here. Nate Jake going to regen. He's also going to hold the point for his team. Be the only one to gain some points here. Trigger ran in here, got taken out easily. Scorch grabs Canic. CJ Scully grabs Rihao. Rihao grabs Scorch before that, but Ground Zero is still keeping this point here pretty easily. It looks like Prime is rushing in kind of one at a time here and feeding kills. So you'd like to see him group up a little more here and lose a little less ground right off the start. Okay, here we go. We have a good push. Frozen and Rihao have pushed in. Frozen grabs one on Scorched. Rihao grabs one on Nate Jake and Jameem's, and they take the point here with 3 seconds left and heading off to the next one.
Yeah, the firefight started at this cave point here. We got Ground Zero holding their position, a double point situation right at the moment. They've got twice as much as Prime. Prime trying to come in. Frozen gets to the point, but gets taken out there by Jameem's. Jameem's taken out by Rihao. We got Nate Jake already with a 5-kill streak. Nothing unusual there for him. Always doing some work. And Nate Jake flies in. Canic taking out a few people there. Frozen takes out Jameem's. Not doing too bad at all. With 30 seconds left, we're still relatively close to that double point situation, on either side. Ground Zero doing pretty well. But Prime slowly building their way back. Frozen comes in, tries to take the point with Trigger and Rihao, but no luck there. CJ Scully taking out Rihao. We got 15 seconds left. Nate Jake takes out Canic. Very, very well played so far. There's good defense here by Ground Zero. They're doing a good job. And we've got Prime in the distance. They're probably going to be moving off to the next point. And they're going to need to get a comeback going, but it's early on in the game.
Yeah, we're at double wall here. Prime's on at the start here. Ground Zero's doubled their score, but it's really, really, really early. Trigger gets a kill on the LMG, but Nate Jake grabs 2, one on Rehab and one on Frozen. Scorch grabs an SMG kill on Trigger, and we have CJ Scully and Nate Jake on the point here. They're going to hold it down. We have Scorch and Jameem's up there in the tree trying to grab a couple cheeky ones as they're coming in here. It does work out for them, but Prime spins the point here, takes it for themselves. Canic's on it, Frozen's on it, Rehao's on it, and Trigger's there too. Everyone's there. Frozen grabs a kill on Scully, but Jameem's gets Trigger, Scorch gets Rehao and Frozen, and Ground Zero takes this point as well. Jameem's on the FAMAS there looking out, picks up a kill on Canic, but Scorch gets Rehao and Trigger, but they're going to stay here. Ground Zero is going to stay, and they're going to put about 900 points of distance between them and Prime. Moving on to the next point here, Brown Man.
That was a big point for Ground Zero. Fat lead right now, but Prime trying to bring it back. They've got Cave at the moment, but Scorch sorry, not Cave. They've got the first point at the moment. Scorch comes in, gets taken out by Canic. Canic holding the position with Riao and Frozen. They're coming in. Jameem's flying past, trying to build a position, gets in, and Ground Zero takes it back. Very well done. Okay, we've got them. We've got a triple stack at the moment. We've got Jameem's in the distance, but gets taken out by Frozen, unfortunately. And CJ gets taken out by Trigger. Trigger's doing some work at the moment, gets taken out by Scorch. We've got 24 seconds left. Big point lead still. It's over 800 points at the moment. CJ trying to build a little bit of momentum at the moment, at this particular time with 15 seconds left. But Real comes in and just guns him down. Nate Jake triple right now. He's already got 2 sets of 5. and gets it's getting good for him. He takes out Trigger as well. We got 3 seconds left. Fat point lead still remains, but still not. It's not something that Prime can't come back from at this point.
Yeah, we had a small fight in the back here, but Ground Zero took it. Scorch and CJ Scully on the point here. CJ on that AK just demolishing everyone in his path here, but he does get taken out there by Frozen on that rev. Scorch up on the box there, Nate Jake on the side on the revolver. Scorch jumps off, tries to get a shot shooting down, but doesn't really work out for him. Ground Zero's taking the point over Nate Jake here on the rev, still on the side. Jameem's up on the box on the Famas shoots down. It looks like he's going to get Trigger. He does not. Nate Jake gets two, though. He gets Rehow and Trigger still in that same spot against the box there. Left hand against the box, right side looking down that hallway, and it is working out great for him. He picks up a 5-kill streak, gets one on Kanik, gets one on Rehow, and he is just absolutely crushing it here. 10 seconds left. Ground Zero has absolutely held this point the whole time. Prime can't find an in, can't find a team push. They really need to here moving into the next one. Wouldn't you agree, Brown Man?
It's pretty crazy. It's this next point. It's a big gap right now. This is not looking good for Prime. But Ground Zero, they've got a solid lead. They can't slack though, because Prime could bring this back at any time. You never know. So they're trying to keep him out. Frozen takes out Nate Jake and Scorch. Real though, taking out Jameem's, and we're seeing another 5-kill streak for Nate Jake as well. He's getting these out the wazoo. I don't know what's going on there. We've got 30 seconds left. We've got a double point situation. Wow, okay. So Real takes out Jameem's. Big firefight happening there. Ground Zero is holding the point pretty hard. Nate Jake's the last one left over there. But there's a few battles happening on the way to the point. So Jameem's takes out Trigger on the way and brings it home. We got 10 seconds left. They started moving out. They're fanning out to the other positions, and they're kind of having their combat in those areas. So we're going to see the last point for this rotation coming up in 1 second.
Yeah, Prime here starting off on the on the double wall point here. Getting on Trigger, getting the LMG kill on Nate Jakes, but Scully shooting in, getting Trigger, Frozen, Rehow, and Kanik there. Scorch and Scully sharing those kills, and Ground Zero is just taking over this point. Scully shooting out on the AK there, you know, obviously taking that the long angle there. Kanik pushes in, but gets taken out by Nate Jake. CJ Scully grabs Frozen. CJ Scully's on 5. He grabs 2 more with the Deagle, Trigger, and Rehow. CJ's there just like, he is a point man. He is a rock on that point, defending it like no other on that team. Jameem's grabs a kill on Kanik. Frozen grabs 2, 1 on Scorch, 1 on another player, 1 on Nate Jake, excuse me. And it looks like Prime is going to take this point. They're 1,800 behind, 10 seconds left on this point and moving forward. But, you know, it's looking good for Ground Zero in this, but Prime can still make it. Prime can still get these points. Last rotation, here we go.
All right, we're back here. We got this final spin. We got a big lead here by Ground Zero. Not too crazy. Could be brought back in the next 4 minutes, but it's going to be difficult for Prime. Most of Ground Zero are on half health at the moment. Nate Jake coming in, Scorch and CJ healing up, you know, regenning. Prime coming in with their 3 guys. And, oh, just about to take that one, but Jameem's clutches it out there against Frozen and moves on to kind of defend a bit more. And we've got CJ and Scorch holding the point. Kanik takes out CJ, and Kanik takes out Scorch as well. Damn, Kanik got a 3-piece. Takes out Nate. Frozen got a 5 just before. Doing pretty well. CJ takes out Trigger. We've got 16 seconds left. This is a big lead by Ground Zero at the moment. As you can see, they're looking quite dominant. We've got Nate Jake healing up in the corner, regenerating some health. Same with CJ. We've got 5 seconds left. They've already moved on to the next area. They just know that's where they're going to need to start bringing it back.
All right, heading over here. Jameem's is already on the point here. He's got Kanik to contend with. Kanik takes him out, but then Nate Jake, you know, gets him on that rev here. Trigger fighting on the point, but he loses that fight to Scorch. But then Rehow takes out Scorch. Jameem takes out Kanik, and it looks like Prime is going to take this point. I take that back. It looks like Ground Zero is going to take this point, and 3 of them shuffle in. CJ Scully on that AK, just pre-firing down this lane, trying to scare anyone from starting down it. It kind of like double edges there, though. It sets them all up to push together. Doesn't matter. Frozen takes out 2. He gets Scorch and Scully, but Nate Jake counters with 2 of his own on the revolver. He gets Frozen and Kanik, and it looks like Ground Zero is going to hold this point still. Nate Jake backed into this thing, trying to hide a little bit, maybe getting a better angle. Look, Frozen walks in here. Nate Jake easily gets the kill on Frozen. Frozen and the 5-kill streak. Trigger comes in on that LMG, gets one on Nate Jake, then one on Jameems. Frozen says haha in the chat, and we're off to the next point. He's a good sport. We're in the cave now. What do you think, Brown Man?
Second last point, big lead here by Ground Zero. Once more, we had some of Prime come in and try to reserve this table earlier, but unfortunately, the Ground Zero guys did not want to have that happen. So we've got 3 of them with there having a stacking up there. We've got Jameems playing the offense, trying to make his way back over. Canik gets taken out by CJ, and so does Frozen. They're trying to make their way back again, but Jameems just making it very difficult for them with his FAMAS play. It's very difficult. So Ground Zero getting more points. They're past the 5,000 mark, past double at this point, just about, and it's looking pretty bad for Prime. Got 22 seconds left of this point. Ground Zero still holding strong. 15 seconds left. Jameems with another 5-kill streak. Nate Jake with 8.7k points on his team, and Frozen with 5 leaderboards tops on either. And 3 seconds left, moving to the final point of this game.
Okay, so what we didn't see here is in the backfield, CJ Scully just had this beautiful AK play where he cleared the point, so he and Nate Jake could start this for Ground Zero here and extend their lead on this last point, but CJ Scully was already there waiting with that AK. It was great. Jameems picks up one here on Frozen, Rehow on the SMG on Jameems, Scorch picks up one on the SMG on Rehow, Nate Jake on the Revolver on Canik. Ground Zero still got it here with CJ Scully and Nate Jake over in the corner. It looks like Jameems picks up the knife on Frozen. Oh no, Canik gets the AK kill on Scorch. CJ Scully repeats that on Trigger. Jameems gets it. Jameems gets a kill. CJ Scully on 5 gets one with Canik. Scorch is on the SMG kill with Rehow. Okay, and we have 15 seconds left here. It looks like Ground Zero is gonna take this game. About 3,000 ahead of Prime Gaming here, but you know, huge game, great game, super fun to watch. Had a knife kill. Frozen picks up a triple there at the very end, and yeah, very nice game, very fun game to watch.
That was tough. That was tough. There was a lot of good play though from like Frozen, Canik, Real, and Trigger. They did some good things. They got some good kills. They tried to hold their position, but the offense coming from Nate Jake, Jameems, and CJ, and a bit of Scorch as well was just a lot to handle, and that was, I think, one of their stopping points.
Nate Jake put up 9,000 points that round. I think, like,
crazy.
You know, putting his, you know, doing a ton for his team. You know, CJ Scully, on the other hand, is in the background. He's pushing, he's rotating on points before their time to get there. He's clearing points out. He's making way for his team. You know, we're seeing some really cool team plays and some real cool team synergy in the background. You know, you love to see it, and you like to see these high level plays working out like that.